The last time I cried. Lena Jameson had once believed she had the perfect marriage. She loved Michael deeply, always had even after everything fell apart. But something shifted inside her as the years wore on. She felt invisible, aging, like a piece of furniture her husband passed every day without noticing. She didn't stop loving Michael, but she began to crave validation, attention, proof that she was still desirable. Enter Bradley Martin. He was charming, younger, and gave her the attention she hadn't felt in years. Compliments turned into flirtation. Flirtation turned into sex. It wasn't love, never that. Just escape. Just a woman trying to feel alive again. And then, like most secrets, it unraveled. A speeding ticket of all things. A traffic camera caught her doing 15 over the limit in Bradley's car. But it wasn't the speed that ended her marriage. It was the photo. Michael received the citation in the mail, opened the envelope, and stared at an image of his wife in the passenger seat. Her head unmistakably in Bradley's lap. That was it. No fights. No accusations. Just silence. Cold final silence. Michael moved out. Their daughter Rachel tried to soften the blow. "Mom," she said gently. "He's not doing well. He barely leaves the house except for work." But as time passed, Rachel became distant. Protective of her father. "You're not married anymore, Mom," she eventually told Lena. "He doesn't ask about you. I don't think I should tell you about his life. You gave up your place in it the day you did that." Lena knew she had no one to blame but herself. Still she hoped. She dreamed of a second chance. She replayed memories in her mind. Holidays, quiet Sunday mornings, that tiny run-down lake cottage they used to escape to. She wanted to believe Michael still loved her. Then one day a glimmer of hope came. Rachel called, "Mom, I wish we could all get together sometimes. The kids hate splitting time between two sets of grandparents." Lena's heart fluttered. Maybe this was it. Maybe Rachel was trying to reconnect the family. "Do you want to come to Dad's lake house this weekend?" She asked. That stopped Lena in her tracks. "Does he know I'm coming?" "Yes," Rachel replied. "He'll be there. He said it was okay." Lena sank to her knees and wept. "He wanted to see me." But when they arrived at the lake house, now fully renovated, elegant, filled with warmth and laughter, it hit Lena like a freight train. Michael was remarried. His new wife, Selena, greeted her with grace, poise, and a gentle smile. Rachel's kids called her Grandma. Lena was just old Grandma now. Her daughter had blindsided her. "This is all my fault," Rachel snapped after Lena broke down. "You don't get to be upset. You cheated on Dad. You're the reason everything fell apart." The rest of the weekend was unbearable. Michael never raised his voice, never showed anger. He simply existed in his beautiful home, surrounded by his new family. His new life. The life Lena was no longer a part of. On the ride home, Rachel tried to make conversation. Lena sat in silence, staring out the window. When they pulled up to her apartment, she slammed the car door and walked inside without a word. That night she cried herself to sleep, but it was the last time. The next morning Lena woke up with clarity. No more hoping. No more pity. She made herself a real breakfast. Eggs, toast, coffee. Then she went to the gym for the first time in years. Hired a personal trainer. Threw out junk food except the peanut and Ms. Some vices were sacred. She cleaned, she shopped, she planned. Then came the next step, revenge. On Monday morning, Lena marched into Bradley Martin's office. "Brad," she said coldly. "Michael is married now. He adopted 2 kids. I'm done with him, and I'm done with being broke, humiliated, and treated like garbage. And you know what? Sleeping with you was a mistake. I don't blame you. I blame myself. I never thought I'd lose Michael. I never thought I'd get caught. And I sure as hell didn't think I'd be abandoned by my own daughter." Brad blinked. "Lena, calm down. What are you saying? I want to go after Michael. And John Carmichael, the managing partner at her former law firm. Her boss. The man who, as soon as her divorce was finalized, had demoted her from senior paralegal to stenographer. The move slashed her salary, just in time for her alimony to be calculated on the higher income. It was a setup. Brad, you got me this job after John fired you. You know how crooked he is. I want payback. I want everything. Brad hesitated. You're sure the lake house wasn't in the divorce? No, Lena snapped, dropping a folder on his desk. It was ours. We never listed it as a marital asset. I didn't bring it up because I thought Michael would come back to me. Brad called in a young, brilliant lawyer named Scott. Sharp, ruthless, and unfortunately a little too into Lena's curves. She called him a pervert more than once, but he delivered. Got dug deep. Talked to former employees. Uncovered internal memos. He built a timeline showing how Lena's demotion and termination were orchestrated to minimize her financial claims and shield John from legal exposure. The pension cuts, the hostile reassignment, the whisper campaign. It was all documented. When they summoned John for a meeting, he walked in confident, arrogant, until Scott handed him a thick envelope. John, Scott said coolly, this is your only chance. Settle with Lena for $8 million, or we send this to the state bar, the media, and the ethics board. Your reputation dies in 30 seconds. John laughed. Then read the letter. Then stopped laughing. You can't do this. Your employees hate you, Scott said. They've been talking. John was sweating. Brad slid another paper across the table. This is my claim. $2 million for wrongful termination. You can sign both, or you can enjoy public disgrace. Your choice. In the end, John signed. Lena walked out of that office with power for the first time in years. She didn't cry. Didn't scream. Just smiled. 6 months passed. She hadn't spoken to Rachel. Not really. Each time they tried, Lena would hang up after one dismissive comment. Rachel had told her to grow up. Lena had finally done just that. Just not in the way her daughter wanted. She had her body back. Her confidence. Her future. No, she wasn't back with Michael. But she no longer needed to be. She had dinner dates. Danced again. Laughed again. Flirted again. Maybe she'd even let Scott buy her a drink soon. After all, he earned it. That chapter with Michael was over. And Lena. She was just getting started.